All right, guys. Are supplements absolutely necessary? I did a video recently kind of outlining why supplements can actually be poisoning your body to an extent. It was well received, but there was a small minority of people who were like, hey, the food quality sucks. The soil quality sucks. I can't get the nutrients I need from food, so I have to use supplements. I used to believe that to an extent too. I don't anymore. I'm going to show you what I personally do to help overcome that. On my last HTMA analysis, hair tissue mineral analysis, I didn't have any deficiencies. I feel good. You can get the nutrients you need from food. It's going to require some effort. And I want to kind of preface this video ahead of time. I torque some people off in the comments because too many people make excuses. You know, it's too expensive, this, that, or the other thing. It's all an excuse. Okay. You're either going to do it or you're not, or you're going to have to rely on supplements. But that's the choice in front of you. I'm just going to walk you through what I do. My wife does this. We both don't have any nutrient deficiencies, nothing special. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about real quick how our food's grown. Now, yes, if you go into a grocery store, most of that is conventionally grown. Some of it will say it's organic. I would avoid both those. They're both worthless. Organic is pretty much a worthless statement. What you want to focus on is try to source produce, for example, that's grown regeneratively. I'm not going to get into specifics of what that means, but that's what you want to look for. And the reason you want to look for that, there's a preliminary study being done, so I don't have the final results, but they looked at cabbage. Now, I'm not a big cabbage guy unless it's fermented and I'm having it as sauerkraut, but the nutrient quality of regenerative versus this other stuff was much higher, anywhere from 10 to 100% higher, depending on the individual nutrient that you're looking at. And we're talking vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin B1, magnesium, calcium, all these things were substantially higher in foods that are grown regeneratively. Now the question becomes, okay, how do I get this higher quality regeneratively grown produce, for example? Well, first place we go is farmers markets. Now that people say, well, I don't have farmers markets in my area. I have lived in towns of 1,000 people and towns of hundreds of thousands of people. I've seen farmers markets everywhere. So to me, that's an excuse. You can almost always find a farmers market somewhere around. Now, the other argument people will make is, hey, farmers markets, the food is more expensive. I agree. It is more expensive. Let me share a story of a client I had. I'm not going to divulge her name, but she came to me taking literally $400 worth of supplements a month. Okay. Now, who told her to do that? It was her functional MD. You can go to a traditional MD who's probably going to put you on prescription meds, but functional MDs kind of tout themselves as being natural, but they tend to just put people on supplements. So she's taken all these supplements, spending $400 a month. But when I looked at her pantry and what she was eating, it was absolute garbage. So pick your poison. You're either going to pay for supplements or you're going to pay for higher quality food. Now, my choice is just to, yes, I pay more at farmers markets, but it's higher quality food. It's grown regeneratively. I'm getting more nutrients. Okay. Addition by subtraction. What do I mean by that? Going back to my client who you go to her pantry and she's got garbage food. She's got chips. She's got bread. She's got all this stuff that she's paying money for. She could stop paying for those sorts of things, pop and what have you. There's things you can subtract from your pantry, from your diet, from your grocery list that you can put towards higher quality whole foods. Almost everybody has some area where that happens. The other thing, and I want to kind of hop to meat, for example, we get a whole grass-fed beef from a rancher in our local area. Well, actually, he's not in our local area now. He's in another state, but that's still where we get it. Does it cost more money? Actually, it doesn't. We were able to source at the time of this video. If you went into a grocery store, I checked on that, she can get a pound of ground beef for just over $7, okay, per pound. We paid just over $5 per pound for this beef. So it's very reasonable if you can go to the source, pick it up, buy it yourself, that kind of thing. And a lot of these ranchers will do that. You do want to make sure it comes from one animal. What happens in the grocery stores is that ground beef is from that day's butcher. So it could be a bunch of different animals, their meat thrown into one pot, and you're getting that. So a lot of advantages. Is it more work to do it? Yes, but it's not necessarily more expensive. So that's one way to do it. Another way people, I had a couple people say, I can't go to farmers markets. Can you grow your own little garden? It doesn't have to be big. You can grow a lot of food in a very small area. So that's what I'm kind of saying. Is we got to come down to personal responsibility, you guys. If it's important to you, you will do it. Okay. The point being is that yes, the food quality is not as good as it used to be. I agree with you. But if you can source it correctly, you can find very high quality, nutrient rich whole foods, but it's up to you to put the legwork in, to go out and find those things and to take personal responsibility. So these are the things we do. Let me know in the comments any other questions, video topics that would be helpful for me to cover. I talk about these things and a lot more on my email list. I also give you a free checklist of natural solutions outside of drugs and surgery that I personally use and recommend. So make sure to go get that. Link is in the description. See you in the next one, guys.